Welcome to the Dawg Chug, Roger and Russ. How is it going tonight?
Andy, it's going. I'm going to go first. Russ has a great story to tell, so I'm going to go real quick. Things are good. You know what? I blew my last 2 New Year's resolutions today, so I'm up. I'm good to go the rest of the year. I don't have to worry about them no more. They went out the window today.
You already blew learning how to read? That sucks.
I made 3 of them, and I blew the first one like 4 hours in. And then today I'm getting on the highway at 43 and 70s. Some guy, I called him a fucktard, and I was bitching at him for about a mile and a half. So that whole being a better person thing is not for me.
What was the other one you blew?
Well, then I said no fast food for lunch. And after I did that, I said, fuck it. And I got a Whopper Jr. meal at Burger King. So I'm good to go. I don't have to worry about any more resolution.
I heard you didn't supersize it, so that's pretty good.
No, I didn't I got the Whopper Jr. $5 meal your way. I was thinking it was that or the salad. And I said, nah, we're going to go Whopper Jr.
Did you avoid drinking a gallon of pop?
Yes, I got a diet. I drink Coke Zero, but I got the Diet Coke, and I hate Diet Coke. So, yeah. So that's
you got.
Yeah.
It. You know they'll give you water, right?
Yeah, I know. I drink water during the summertime.
Oh.
Am I interviewing Chuck right now? This is amazing.
Well, I'm doing great on my New Year's resolution. I had 2 house projects done so far in my 2 Sundays of the new year.
Nice.
That's going pretty good.
Nice.
But in bigger news, I got my hair cut today, if you can't tell. But my barber apparently now is Wyatt Teller's barber. So
yeah,
we have a hookup. There was a picture of Wyatt Teller with him in his little booth over there. He had Wyatt Teller's jersey hanging up. So we have a loose connection at the Dawg Chug. If you hear me talk about sources, just take a wild guess what that source is.
Ross in the barber chair.
Well, we need to get the barber of Wyatt Teller on the air. I bet he's got some great stories.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And apparently the barber's trying to start like mini podcasts about cutting hair and stuff, and he's going to use Wyatt Teller for his debut. So we might need to do a collabo.
All right. Hey, and he lines you up good too. You look. That's nice.
He's solid. He's been my guy for a while now, like close to a year.
Wow.
Yeah.
We got connections, man. We got Wyatt Teller's barber and a guy at USA Today.
His hair too.
So it was a busy day on Network 2 and 6. I believe we're like the 4th show.
Yeah, man. It was an endurance test. It was literally a Network 216 marathon today.
Are we doing some kind of charity event? What's the plan there? No, just nonstop brown stock.
Yeah, nonstop brown stock. Everyone wants to talk brown.
I thought it was for a good cause for a second. My bad.
I picture somebody like in a Clockwork Orange with their eyes like pinned open, watching all 4 of those podcasts in a row.
Oh, well, we're here. The season's over. We're in the off season officially. Feels good. I was ready for the season to be done. I don't know.
Yeah.
I guess feel differently, but yeah, nothing like hitting the off season, hitting the reset button after a disappointing year again.
Again.
Hey, at least there's the Cavs and the Guards,
right? Can't happen.
Andy, I was excited for Paul McDonald, so I'm used to it. Nothing phases me with the Cleveland Browns. So there was good news on Monday, though. We're going to get to that.
What's that?
Well, it broke Monday morning. The good news was Joe Woods out the door.
Yes, he was finally let go.
Yeah. You guys didn't hear that?
No, I didn't hear a thing about it.
Man, you're breaking the news before we get to the Dawg Chug update.
Well, yeah, I know.
I don't know.
We'll get to it, though.
Our audience is on the edge of their seat.
That was good. And you know what? It seems like the Browns are in the driver's seat because, there hasn't been any new coaches hired. There's no team really looking for a defensive coordinator right now. So I think the Browns kind of have the pick of the litter.
You're right. They jumped right on it. And they got guys scheduled. They had Schwartz in today. They're they jumped right on it. They're not sitting around waiting until the playoffs are over and end up with Mike Pettin again. Like
Mike Pettin as defense coordinator would be okay.
I love Mike Pettin, but that's how they ended up with him. They waited, nobody else, and they hired Mike Pettin from high school.
Yes, I don't think they waited. I think everyone just said no.
That too. I was trying to be nice.
Greg Williams said no. Let's be real. He said no right off the bat, so we had to do an interview process.
That was what was that? 2013. I don't know. It was one of the worst off seasons, because they just.
You know what? They've all become just one big ball of fuck. I can't tell 13 from 12, from 11, from 16. I can't tell them apart anymore.
Are you sure you haven't been drinking the regular Pepsi instead of the Pepsi Zero? All right. Well, anyway, let's actually get to the news, because we got a lot of news going on, right? We're going to do our little Dawg Chug update where we make the audience smarter. We already saw MC Lawrence bring up that we should fire Stefanski. So I don't think that's news, but it's what he wants to do. But let's get down to the actual news. So
all right. Things have heated up going into Sunday night's wild card matchup between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Baltimore Ravens. The Bengals have accused John Harbaugh and his team of cheap actions during their Week 18 matchup. The Ravens coach was quoted saying, "I studied the game real closely. It's clear our players played a clean game." He went on to say that millions of fans have watched the game as well, so let them be the judges. You know, Dawg Chug investigated, and they learned John Harbaugh actually flipped a coin as to how he was going to answer to those accusations. He called heads and gave the answer above. Had it been tails, he would have told them to quit fucking crying like a bunch of Northern Kentucky pussies and buckle their chin straps.
Whoa. Whew.
Yeah, Harbaugh don't mess around.
Jadeveon Clowney was benched after making several negative comments regarding his 2022 season with the Browns, stating, 95% sure I won't be back, and you're all trying to get someone into the Hall of Fame when all that matters is winning, and made it clear he is done in Cleveland. When asked what his least favorite thing about the city was, he responded, "Everyone in this fucking city thinks they need a Browns podcast. All these losers can suck my balls and drink their Mountain Dew. No one cares about the NFL draft in December. This is a loser fan base."
Wow, he is dead on record about that.
God damn.
All right, so the Steelers linebacker Alex Highsmith answered for his CPR sack celebration in light of Damar Hamlin's incident. And after sacking Watson on the second play of the game, Highsmith stayed flat on his back as defensive end DeMarvin Leal came over and did a couple fake chest compressions on Highsmith. Now, Highsmith said he don't want people to think of him the wrong way, because I never, ever, ever, ever want to do that intentionally, and I never, ever would do that. But hours later, reports came in that Highsmith and Leal were hosing homeless people down with water in the frigid temperatures who were sleeping on the sidewalks outside Acrisure Stadium and shouting, "Get a job, you fucking bums." That's
wow.
Not right.
Wow.
What a terrible team. Terrible
They're
team.
horrible.
Terrible leadership. Tomlin's the worst.
Yes.
Late Sunday night, Joe Woods found out the Cleveland Browns will no longer be requiring his services. The embattled defensive coordinator led a porous defensive unit that was undisciplined, confused, manhandled, and finished at the bottom of every defensive category imaginable. Monday, Kevin Stefanski praised Joe Woods' work ethic, knowledge, and character. Stefanski said that the move wasn't so much about the defense's performance or Joe Woods' scheme. It was because that son of a bitch is the one who kept stealing my Jell-O pudding cups out of the locker room refrigerator.
You can't do that.
That's awful. Sports writer, podcaster, co-founder of Network 216, and avid Browns fan Jacob Roach has left his position writing at the Dog Pound Daily, and he's joined the Browns Wire, BrownsWireUSAToday.com. Roach was courteous and humble, thanking his well-wishers on social media after the news broke. It's a very proud moment for us here at Dawg Chug as well. Our very first guest on Dawg Chug's premiere episode, was the one and only Jacob Roach. We are so glad we played such a huge role in kicking off his career and responsible for all his success. And to us, he'll always be the nerdy, mock draft doing, soup Nazi who drank virgin whiskey sours at the bar after training camp.
Ooh. Yeah, to you, Jacob.
Congrats.
And then in other news, fuck you, Cleveland. Oh.
You'll read anything on that teleprompter, won't you, Andy?
Whoops.
Oops.
And that concludes the Dawg Chug update.
Woo!
Wow.
Good job. I just got to commend Roger. That was an excellent job reading there. You were a pro's pro.
Yeah, it was a little easier tonight. I like when I screw them up. I think I'm gonna make that my new shtick, is where I read. I'm not even gonna wear my readers anymore when I read the updates, and we'll see if we can get through that.
Okay. I mean, it's gonna be hard for you to make that your new shtick because
All right. Well,
incredible job. I cannot wait for that. All right. I think we have another top 10 contributed by a Dawg Chug correspondent. So let's see.
Yeah.
Bring her on.
All right. Oh, it's Jessica. Welcome back to the Dawg Chug.
What's up?
You are quickly becoming the extra crispy wings of making every episode in 2022. So we're going to have to count how. And I said 2022, 2023. Excuse me.
yeah.
I'm a little less offensive, but I am here.
Well, I think you're very offensive.
So we shouldn't call you New Dan.
No.
All right. So I hear you have a top-notch top 10 list for us all. That sounds
Yeah. Yeah, it's the top 10 plans for the Dawg Chug here for the off season.
Ooh.
Ooh. Okay.
Yep.
Right.
Number 10. Andy will start his off-season training for the 23-24 season, working up to 6 beers in a minute.
Hell yeah.
Goals.
That's
Hashtag
typical.
Yep.
Already in work. Already down to work.
Number 9, you're going to start building relationships to get quality guests for the 23-24 season, so Sherry and I can get a Wednesday off.
Not gonna happen.
Nope.
Number 8, Ross and Roger are going to spend Sunday afternoons with reading tutors.
That's called a book club.
Number 7, they're going to actually use the Dawg Chug Twitch channel with Nick and Ross streaming Drunken Super Smash Brothers.
Can't wait for that.
Yeah.
Awesome. Number 6, Roger can sign up for the harmonica lessons he's always wanted to take.
Yes.
Can you not picture Roger with a harmonica? I mean, come on. Who else can you picture with a harmonica other than Roger? Number 5, Andy and Heather can take those ballroom dance lessons that are only available on Sunday afternoons.
Yes.
We can tell you who came up with that one. Heather sent that to me. Number 4, find a place for Joe Woods to fit in with his unique skill set as an on-air talent for the Dawg Chug.
There you go.
We'll pass.
He did email me that he's interested.
I'm sure he did. Number 3, Ross is finally old enough to get his driver's license.
Oh,
We'll be getting that this offseason.
Hey, my temps are almost up.
Number 2, officially put in a name change with the state to change the podcast name to Dawg Chug.
Ooh. Yeah.
And the number one reason, or the number one thing they'll be doing this offseason, carefully reading over their Network 216 contract to ensure there isn't a no gambling clause.
Nice. Nice. Poor Bernie. Great job, Jessica.
Thank you.
that was awesome.
Great top 10. Roger, it was a good time knowing you.
Yeah. Take a bite. You know what I said to her? I said, I can't come up with a top 10 topic this week. You guys saw it in the chat. She goes, oh, I'll take a one. She's like, oh, I got one. I was like, hey, are you writing those for me or are you going to do them? She's like, oh, I was thinking about doing them. I was like, damn it. I almost had it. Barking Brown's got a writer on staff. I'm going to get a writer. I'm going to find somebody that'll just do everything, all of my work, and then I could just show up.
Nice.
You already sort of do that.
I mean, how is that going to
We
be?
can sip on it. I'll sip on this one.
I'm just close. Great job, Jessica.
Thanks. Thank you.
That was
Good
awesome.
stuff.
Awesome.
That's going to stink when we get fired from the network 2 and 6. Can you imagine?
I know. Gotta watch for that gambling clause.
I don't know about the gambling clause, but I'm pretty sure we just violated the Nazi clause.
It's pop culture. It's Seinfeld. Pop culture. That's what I said to Ross in the production meeting group.
Yeah, MC Lauren says the show definitely got better when Jessica joined.
Thanks, MC.
We all agree.
Hey, MC schmoozing.
I know. He's a nice guy. Got him tricked, fooled.
Now I think we have to do a little homage ad.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
Thanks,
Cherry.
Jessica. But I got
Thanks,
to get
guys.
the homage ad in before the guest comes on. All right.
I know. See ya. Thank you.
We'll see you next week.
Hey, Jessica.
Bye.
Nah, she's the best.
Yeah.
Well, it is time to pay the bills, folks. So, homage, as you all know, we talk about every week. They got the comfiest shirts in town. They got great retro shirts, pop culture shirts. But most importantly, what I believe they're known for the most, when I first noticed them, was their NBA Jam lineup of shirts. As you can see, I've worn this on previous shows. I got the Evan Mobley, Darius Garland NBA Jam shirt showing all their stats on there. Paying homage to the classic NBA Jam game. You probably played it in the arcades or you played it on your Super Nintendo. Heck, they even made a modern remake in a way a few years ago on the Xbox 360. And I think there's a mobile app as well. But they always make these shirts. They update to the modern rosters. And just today they released 15 more versions of NBA Jam shirts across the NBA. Obviously, I'm going to recommend the Cavaliers ones. They have 3 different combinations on there of different players in 3 different colors. And also, if you get it before midnight, they are 20% off today. So you can get one of these shirts for $30. You will never regret it. They're super comfortable. I bought my first homage shirt back in 2013. I got a University of Cincinnati retro Bearcat shirt. And the funny thing is, my mother texted me last week, "Hey, I found this shirt in the basement. Do you still want it?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I've been looking for that one. It's my very first homage shirt I ever owned."
Wow.
You'll be seeing that one on maybe the Dawg Chug next week when I get it cleaned up and I'll wear it again. So yeah, get on homage. Check out the NBA Jam shirts. They're awesome. And at the very least, if you don't buy a shirt, at least revisit NBA Jam because that's a hell of a game. It's still fun today.
All right.
All right.
Good.
Well,
I think we got to bring Sherry on.
yeah.
Welcome to the Dawg Chug, Sherry.
Good evening, gentlemen.
Sherry like the
What's up,
wine.
Sherry?
Welcome.
No, not a lot on this end, really.
Well, you've been grading our homage ad reads all this time, so I think it's time for you to give Ross the score here.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to be a little overcritical here because what was Ross plugging? Was he plugging NBA Jam or was he plugging a clothing company? So, unfortunately,
Can it be both?
Ouch.
Okay, so what are you gonna give my
scale?
for the
Okay.
grade?
So remember, it's a backward scale, 0 being the best, 10 being the worst. I'm going to give you a solid 6 antacids.
All right,
Oh
all right,
my
I got it. This is bullshit. Let's just talk about this. I saw Roger get a freaking 0, okay? And he made a PowerPoint slide in Windows 1995. I don't even know if he's been on a computer since 1995 with the video quality of his ad, where he took a Kodak camera, took it to Drug Mart, processed his pictures, took a picture of his picture with his cell phone, and then he made a montage of it. It looked like complete crap. And you're like, "Oh, that's so amazing. Look how good he is."
Roger,
Then you got Andy over here who also
Roger never got a 0.
Are you sure about that? Did he get a 1 or
I got a
0?
1. No
He
shit.
got a 1.
Anyways, that's still
He
better than a
knows.
6 for all I care. But Andy got a freaking 0, and Andy
Yeah.
lied on air
Lied on air.
about a personal matter that
Right.
everyone fell for, and he got a 0. So I
Sure
think you have to revisit your scale. I'm going to say you might have to contact someone who knows a lot about analytics, maybe Andrew Barry and Kevin Stefanski, because your scale is not working out.
Wow.
Wow.
Well,
Wow.
maybe if he was that passionate about the clothing company, he would have got a better grade.
You know what? I'm not promoting the video game. I'm wearing the damn shirt right now. Am I playing the video game right now? No, I'm on the stupid ass podcast right now.
It is stupid.
I mean, great podcast.
Quality podcast.
On a fantastic podcast network.
By the way, I do have a question about your ad read. Is all shirts 30% off, or is it just the NBA Jam?
It's 20% off. They're all $30.
Okay.
20% off, $30.
The NBA Jam lineup of homage shirts.
Just the NBA Jam ones.
Well, I thought you had a great ad read. And by the way, I do want to point out, Jessica, she had an amazing ad read last week.
She did.
I actually bought my wife a Cedar Point shirt because she loves Cedar Point, and I'm so excited for her to come. She's really going to be very happy. So, whatever score you gave Jessica last week, it was well worth it.
Yeah. Yeah, I got it. And, you know, with my video, she understands my artistic quality of my videos. That's the intent, is to be horrible.
Well, I apologize for getting a little animated, but can you please send the 6 antacids that I earned to my address?
Can do.
I might need them.
Can do.
I need a lot of pizza.
Wow. Well, I think, Ross, you're really going to come up big next time, and I bet you're going to score like a 1 or a 2.
Wow, we're on time tonight. I'm sorry.
Oh my gosh. All right. Well, Sherry, thank you so much as always. I love when
problem.
you do this. You are the best judge out there. You should be on, all those TV shows judging because, you break
Frankly,
it down.
she's the Simon Cowell of the Dawg Chug, in my opinion.
Hey, I wanna say she's our new consigliere. She's our new guest. She's in charge of guests, man.
Books the talent. Hey,
She's in charge of guests, and what do you want to go into it?
yeah, we'll find our guests for tonight. So do you want to down, who you got to appear on the Dawg Chug tonight?
Oh, I am so excited about tonight's guest because I find him fascinating and hilarious. He is very funny.
Wow. Well, it sounds like he's going to fit in really great on, as Ross says.
Oh, absolutely.
I won't yell at you, okay?
Ross in his feelings still.
In a future episode of the Dawg Chug, tune in because you're going to get to see Ross and Sherry duke it out in the ring. Go
at the Top Dog tailgate.
Don't be in them big balls that they run into each other.
That would be awesome.
That's what we got to put them in, is them inflatable things where they just run into each other.
When we do
that will be awesome.
When we do the tailgate.
At the tailgate, at the dog, you two are going in that bodies. Yes.
Heather actually bought those this past summer. So
No,
our kids have some. I got some somewhere in this house.
Wait, how tall are you, Ross? You have better reach than I do.
5'11".
Damn it.
All right.
Will everyone come to the
let's plug that.
The dog.
Western Summit tailgate. It's in May. It's in Berea. Look them up on Twitter, and you get all the information. And it'll hound you to buy a fucking ticket until you buy one. So just buy one and be done with it. It'll be the best. It's the best $20 I spent. You just get rid of them. Buy the ticket.
The proceeds go to City Dogs.
They do.
The fundraiser. So it's
a
tailgate for city dogs and dogs. So who better to host it?
All right.
Let's.
Okay. So you said the person that's coming on tonight, he is funny. He is awesome. You're excited to see him. Why don't you introduce him?
Oh, without further ado, please welcome members only Dave to the Dawg Chug.
Dave,
yes. I love it, man.
The Dawg Chug members
he's
only
already
Dave.
got more swag than all of us combined, so we're screwed.
You're giving off a Brian Johnson vibe with those in the Breakfast Club with them sunglasses on, man. I love it.
I'm just trying to have some fun, you guys,
We love it. I'm sorry you had to see one of our very own melting down based on the fact about the low score that he got.
Not only that, but that was a really bad read, by the way.
Ouch. Dave's coming in hard,
I
man.
don't even have a script.
All right, I love it.
He just validated me. All right, high five.
It's all good. Yeah, all right.
Usually we have a plan of attack, like we have something funny to do, and this time we didn't really have anything. So Ross is like, "I'll just promote the 20% sale," and man, you're getting burnt.
Very. Hey, Dave. I read your bio. I told you before the show started. Tell us a little bit about yourself, man. What are you into? What do you do?
The biggest thing is, I DJ down at the Flats at Goodnight John Boy. The disco club. That's what I do on the weekends. I'm there 3-4 nights a week.
Nice.
All right.
During the week, I work at a radio station. So it's that's pretty much it.
Cool, man. And you're local. You're here in Cleveland.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you. Back in the '90s, I used to go to a place. It was an after-hours club. It was called the Nine of Clubs. I bartended at Fagan's, and we go up to the Nine of Clubs, and they serve 2-3, and we danced. And we danced all night to bands like The Cure. It was awesome.
That's what I'm saying.
It was old River Road, man. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't play very much Cure down at Goodnight John Boy, but I mean that's not to say that I won't ever.
Do you play any Cure where you're DJ?
Said he couldn't.
I'll get my trench coat out of the closet and I will come down if you play some Cure.
It's not. I mean, I would sneak it in maybe, but it wouldn't.
Probably get there super
Flag
early
one in for Roger, but that's about it.
Yeah.
Oh man.
So what's that?
Sorry. I was going to say, are you a big Browns fan?
I used to be a bigger Browns fan. The last offseason kind of put a damper on my fandom. I'm not going to totally detach myself from it, but I kind of fell off the Browns fandom a little bit because they talked about everything besides X's and O's and like players and personnel. And that's the kind of thing that I really want to talk about more so than off the field issues. You understand what I'm saying? So because of that, I kind of tuned out the off season. It just didn't interest me at all. I did follow them a little bit more once the season started, but I wasn't nearly as invested as I was in seasons past.
Well, that was really good timing because
man, you're a better man than me. I wish I'd show me how to do that.
There were a few Sundays where I forgot the Browns were even playing,
Oh man.
I'm so jealous.
But I still like them, and I obviously do root for them to win, and I want them to win. It's just, just everything with the off-the-field stuff just kind of really took me out of it personally. But that was just me.
You're not the only one. I'm always talking about that stuff still a little
bit. Yeah.
And they're always telling me, you know what, you got to cheer for your team, and it's really hard not to cheer for your team at the end of the day.
Yeah, I agree.
You know what it is when the Browns win, and like I'm old enough to remember when the city just came together, man. And we experienced it a little bit in 2020, and when Mayfield opened the fridges and he beat the Jets in 2018, and the way this city just comes together when the Cleveland Browns win, and that really is what it is for me. I remember being on Public Square the Friday night before the game against Denver. They call it the drive game. I hate that term, but it's a blizzard and it's the middle of January and the whole city's on Public Square, man, in a snowstorm, and they got a stage and it was crazy. And I think that's where my love for the Cleveland Browns is, more than the drama and the constant bullshit that comes out of Brand comes out of the franchise. I
can't help but feel like the Browns are closer than they've ever been. I feel like they're right on the cusp. They just need that one piece, whatever that may be, They're right. I think they're knocking on the door a lot closer than maybe people give them credit for because they are the Browns.
I think the one piece is it's franchise based. It's accountability. So
it's a culture kind of thing. You're saying
to get their shit together as a franchise. They got the players. They got the pieces. They got everything they need. They just need to put it together.
So I'm
absolutely
curious. Do you think part of that is having a coaching staff and a general manager that can actually like express what he's thinking or feeling instead of just these cliche, stupid answers that don't really say anything? Is that part of it, or is that just for the fans and doesn't really mean anything? And I'm just asking this to everyone in general.
That's coach speak, for the most part, like that kind of thing,
Does coach speak work against you if that's all you're giving? Like, does that frustrate the players? Or? Is that?
I feel like it would. I feel like they want more accountability. You know what I'm saying? Like you were saying.
Yeah. Right.
That kind of thing.
Who's the voice of the fan? Jim Donovan had a really fiery speech. After Pittsburgh, that really hit a nerve. Sounded like there might be something to that. And I'm still into Stefanski staying here. It's hard to defend him, but it's also hard to think he needs to go. Although MC Lawrence is pretty convinced. But I would appreciate it if he could just, I don't know, say something real for once.
Or get thrown out of a
be
game.
human.
Yeah.
Get pissed off during a game and get thrown out just once. You don't need to do it every game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Players will be like, holy shit.
You just gotta show a little emotion, more so than just kind of hiding behind the thing,
The Denny's menu.
The Denny's
exactly.
menu.
Tito 95% of the time can keep his cool during bullshit, but then every once in a while he goes bananas, and you love to see it.
A little fire would go a long way. That's all I'm saying.
Love it. All right. Well, let's get on to Spit, Sip, Chug. And essentially, this is a little game we're going to play that we're going to read a statement, and then we're all going to go around. If you strongly agree with the statement, you're going to chug and explain why. If you strongly disagree, you're going to spit and explain why. And if you're somewhere in the middle, or your name happens to be Roger, you're going to sip and explain why, essentially. So we're going to start with Roger because we love to do that. Donovan Mitchell will be a starter in the NBA All-Star game.
I can't sip on this, man. I love Spider. Traditionally I would sip to open it up, and I gotta chug, man. I gotta chug.
All right, Cherry.
Yes.
Donovan Mitchell right now is playing the best basketball of his career. Nationally, he's being recognized. People all over. You see, the NBA is different when there's people out there that are fans of players more than teams. And Donovan Mitchell has a big following outside of Cleveland, on top of the Cleveland fan base that fell completely in love with him. Not only will he be a starter in the NBA All-Star game, he's going to be in the running for the MVP of the NBA this year.
All right. Well said, Sherry.
I'm going to agree with Roger, and I'm going to very daintily chug.
Ross, I got a 0 on that.
You got a 0.
That was a
You
good.
need one antacid. For every beer you chug, you need at least one antacid.
Dave, you know the rules of this? Sip, spit, chug?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
All right. It's not that hard. We're simple.
All right. Ross.
Oh, this is a definite chug for me.
He's going to kill it.
I feel like I should really chug on it because the Eastern Conference is loaded with incredible talent, and Donovan Mitchell is in the top 5, so he better be starting, whether it means 5 guards or 5 wings or 5 centers are starting. I don't care what the lineup is. It's the All-Star game. He will be. He's averaging 29 points a game. He's been super clutch for us, winning close games for us, being our best player on a team that's pretty loaded, actually. Yeah. And he's playing defense too. He's just all around great player, making plays when it counts. And he definitely has that leadership skill too. It doesn't seem like a BS leadership skill. And like Roger said, he has a following outside of Cleveland. It's going to help him get votes, which ultimately will get him that starting job. So this might have been the easiest chug we've ever had to do here.
Right.
Hey, we like to chug on the Dawg Chug. Dave.
I can't help but chug on this one too, fellas. Donovan Mitchell is that dude.
Yes,
there we go. What do you got there, Modelo? All right.
Oh, I love Modelo.
That's right.
That's my go-to beach beer when I'm on beach
nice
vacation.
Choice, man.
Hell yeah, thanks.
I remember back in the day, Roger used to sip on some Modelo as he listened to The Cure.
All right. He strikes me more of a Zima kind of guy while listening to The Cure,
Zima, Nick Cure, good call. Why is Mitchell it? Why is he it? Oh, look at that.
All right, so I'm definitely chugging on this one as well, and I just want to say, I can't remember a player coming to Cleveland a well-known player coming to Cleveland that actually met expectations.
Right.
But yeah, he's completely
Good call,
exceeding them. It's amazing. He's clearly an MVP candidate. So
Yeah.
I hope he would be.
I mean, I remember Sean Kemp when I was 6 years old. Come on. Sean Kemp wasn't that big a deal.
All right, you're right. I need to rethink.
He was when they got him.
Yeah. Yeah, it just seems like every time we get a player of some well-known stature, they kind of have a season like.
What about Juan Gonzalez? I think he's a rare exception, right?
Yes.
You know what?
Yeah.
You know what's funny? I have a Juan Gonzalez ground rule double ball.
Really?
Really?
Yeah,
Nice.
I went to an Orioles game when I was younger with my family, and at Camden Yards, I got a ground rule double ball because they were playing in the Indians.
Wow, nice. You know what? I think for Andy's statement, it's a Browns player. I mean, like the Browns players, anybody we get is like never worked up to expectations. For Mitchell, how about Jason Giambi when he come on? You know what I mean? Like Giambi was
that's
done,
a good one.
and he come here and he hit that bomb that one game. I'll never forget where I was when he hit that bomb. Listen, but Andy's right. Mitchell came in and he was everything is advertised, man.
No.
And we rarely get that.
Yeah, that doesn't happen.
Yeah, it's been awesome. Every game is a treat to watch. So love the Cavs.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna move on to statement number 2. The Browns will make a trade to acquire a first-round draft pick in the upcoming 2023 NFL Draft. Sherry.
I went to my nothing box.
You better be careful, or you're gonna get 6 antacids from Ross.
Oh, he's gonna go hard in the paint. Wait, can you repeat that?
By the way, Jessica says, "What Jolly Rancher flavor would you think Roger would put in his Zima?" And
Watermelon.
question.
Apple for sure.
Oh, I go with watermelon.
Be these nuts.
You're all wrong.
Yep. Which one?
The blue one.
Blue one.
Okay.
They call that blue
The
raspberry.
blue was going in.
Do you need the statement again, Sherry? Is that what you
Yes,
said?
please.
Will the Browns acquire a first-round draft pick in this upcoming draft?
I'm gonna sip on that and say maybe.
All right.
Maybe that's a sip. That a girl.
All right, Ross, how many antacids would you give her for that answer?
It was a pretty weak take, and we're here for the really hot or the really cold take, and that was about as lukewarm as it gets. You can keep the 6 antacids that you're gonna send me.
Ooh.
That's fair. That's fair. I'm not gonna argue.
I see a war coming on.
Oh, May 6th, it is on.
20th.
May 20th.
20th.
All right. Okay. Dave, will the Browns acquire a first-round pick?
I don't think that they will. So is that a spit?
That is a
That's a spit.
Yeah, spit.
Yeah, I don't think many teams are going to be willing to even give up a first round pick. I don't think even the Browns they can be good at that kind of thing, putting together a package, but I just don't see them doing that kind of thing. I don't see a team giving that up, even a late round team.
Good call, Dave.
And yeah, I am completely on the same page. We need to add a lot of pieces to this team, and if we start trading assets to do so, we're gonna have a position group like the defensive tackles this year that's just gonna be terrible. So I don't even know what they would really trade to move up into the first round. So I don't see it happening. So I am going to spit.
Not happening.
Oh, right on the floor.
Roger.
I'm going to wait for it. I'm going to sip.
Here we go.
I believe that it depends on their big board, who they have ranked. They're not going to trade back up to get in the top 10. They're probably not going to trade. They wouldn't trade back up to get in the top 20. But if you get into the 20, between 20 and 32, and there's a player that they want, and they think that there's a deal there to be made, I don't see Andrew Berry I don't see him hesitating to get back into the first round to get a player that they earmarked that's within their guardrails, right, Ross?
Yeah.
And go up and make a trade to get back in to get the guy they want.
All right. Well, we're going to find out this April Who is right? And I'm going to give Roger 7 antacids on that statement.
That's reasonable, Andy. That's a reasonable score.
Ross, we're going to start with you on this one. For the Cleveland Browns, they should be all in on acquiring Brian Flores to become the next defensive coordinator of the Browns.
They should be all in.
I got it.
I mean, okay, I'm going to spit on it.
Yes.
Because guess what? We don't know shit about these coaches. We're just like, this isn't really like a media criticizing piece that I'm going to say here. But like the media reports on what they're hearing is the most likely coach to get hired. You can't tell me that Mary Kay Cabot or any of these people talking about coaches know shit about what we're looking for in a coach, because they're not in the interviews. They're just speculating on, oh, they want this, or this guy was a head coach before and did well. Like Brian Flores at least did decent as a head coach, so that's why we're going to hire him. Oh, this defensive coordinator did really well with another team. Oh, yeah, of course he's going to be interviewed. But we're not sitting in on any interviews right now, so like, hell if I know if Brian Flores is the best candidate. Like, how the hell do any of us know? We just know that they were good defensive coordinators or they were a decent head coach at some point in time. There's no way we can ever evaluate who the right effing coordinator or head coach is in any interview situation. So people saying this is the top guy, if you watch power rankings and everyone's guesses, it's a crapshoot based on them guessing who's going to be the coach, not what they actually know. Nobody knows shit.
Okay.
Ross is in a mood tonight.
I'm giving you
Passionate.
acids on that one. That was
Very passionate person there.
I'm still going to give you a 6.
All right, Dave.
Like I said, I could use all the
Dave, what do you
I
think?
can take.
I'm going to sip on this. I don't think they should go all in with Brian Flores. Absolutely check out your options. Schwartz today, they interviewed him. The linebackers coach, the Mayo guy, who's that?
Yep.
Yeah.
They might be looking into. I mean, cross all your T's, dot all the lowercase J's, then see where you're at. Don't go all in on any one of these guys too soon.
Love it.
I like it.
Yeah, I am going to sip as well.
I love just sipping, man.
Sorry to pull
Keep
right.
it going.
Obviously Brian Flores is like the biggest name, and there have been some off seasons where like there was one established defensive coordinator that made sense, and then there was a bunch of other names no one recognized. Where maybe it was a little more urgent to get the bigger name guy, but I think there are like a number of candidates that really make a lot of sense for the Cleveland Browns. So, like Dave said, do your homework, go find the guy that's the best fit. I think we are in the driver's seat, which is a good thing. So do the research, do the interviews, identify the candidate and bring him on board.
I did hear Brian Flores is looking for a 10% 401k match.
All right. Well, let's see if Jimmy can get it done. Roger, why don't you tell us why you're sipping?
I'm going with you. I'm sipping. You know what? Brian Flores would be a great candidate to take over as a defensive coordinator of the Cleveland Browns. He has head coaching experience. He will gain immediate respect even from guys like Myles Garrett, across that defense. This minute he walks in that room. But let me say this. What if we are a top 5 defense? What if he leads us to a top 5 defense, and our defense, he's one lawsuit being settled away from getting head coaching offers. He puts in a top 5 defense for the Cleveland Browns. Next year, we may lose him as a head coach going somewhere if the Browns and everything works out according to fucking plan, which it hasn't in 25 years.
Yeah. If that happens, though, we would get 2 third-round draft picks.
We would, but here's the alternative, Jim Schwartz. He's never going to get another head coaching gig. Probably never. He would be the defensive coordinator for the Cleveland Browns, put him in place, and he's there as long as Stefanski's here. Probably his next coaching job would be a head coach of the Cleveland Browns as an interim basis if something were to happen to Stefanski. I'm a Jim Schwartz guy. I love Brian Flores, but I think he's too hot of a commodity that he wouldn't be here long if they did hire him.
Okay. Well, that would be great for one of our guys to get hired to do a bigger position somewhere else. That would probably mean next season went.
Yeah.
Sherry.
Yeah, I know Brian Flores' name, and it seems as though we only go after people who have like pending lawsuits. So I feel like maybe that's why everybody's all on board with him. I don't really know anything about any of these guys except for like
what she's trying to say is she agrees with me.
Yeah.
You don't know.
I agree with Ross.
So are you spitting?
You just making stuff up as you go along here?
Me? No. Never. Roger, how dare you?
So sorry, it's not clear. What was your
Did you spit, Ross?
You did.
I spit. I spat.
It's a spat.
All right. Plug your ears.
You gonna daintily spit?
Yeah, get ready.
Right.
Off screen.
Okay.
Oh.
I just gave the other dog a bath.
Oh.
Whoops.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Hey, look at Roger pouring the Christmas ale.
Good job.
And he has a shirt on, right?
I do. It's a Homage shirt.
Wow.
You can get this at Homage and enjoy your Christmas sale with this shirt on. Give me a 3 on that.
Okay.
See, Ross, you just got to tell her what score you want. Okay, let's move on to statement number 4. And Dave, we're going to start with you on this one. The Cleveland Browns will be very active this offseason in free agency.
I'm going to chug on that one all day.
Yes.
I'm sure, as you know, free agency in the NFL isn't the way you want to build your NFL team. But I think with as close as I think the Browns are and the holes that they might need, whether it's on the defensive line, maybe somebody else with the linebacker, whatever the case may be, you can get reliable free agents to come here, I think. I think it'd be attractive to play alongside Myles Garrett, to play alongside Grant Delpit, to play alongside Deshaun Watson. So I think that's a no-brainer.
Good call.
I am going to sip on this one again. Man, I'm turning into Roger.
This is the most Andy has sipped in the history of Dawg Chug.
Drinking 8 Pepsis and listening to The Cure. Yeah, ultimately, I think they're gonna probably get a lot of players, but they won't be the high tier players. They'll be like the Anthony Walkers, the guys we need, the veteran guys that we need to sort of sprinkle in on this defense that can sort of let the younger kids know what they need to be doing. And yeah, I think it is more of a culture issue than it is a talent issue. So I bring in, 3 $72 million guys. I want to bring in like 5 guys that might not even be starters, but will contribute every game. And again, be there for more of as a role model, I guess I'm saying. So, Roger.
You know what, Andy? I'm going to sip with you. Big surprise. Because you're exactly right. They're going to go out and they're going to sign veterans to 1-year deals. There was a lot of talk at the press conference about leadership and what kind of people what kind of players they're going to go after, and the strong need for leadership in the locker room. They kind of sidestepped that whole thing, but I think I don't think they want to tell the media, yeah, you're right, that's exactly what we need. But I think that's what's going to happen and you're right, Andy, they go out and they sign 1-year free agents to fill some holes. They try to do it through the draft. We don't have as many picks. We don't have a first-round pick. But he does it meticulously is what I want to say, to fill the holes in the roster. They're not going to go out and what was John Dorsey's line? Spend like drunken sailors. And then a day later, he spent like a drunken sailor and got Odell Beckham.
Who did not have a very good day. I don't know if you guys saw that.
Right.
Ouch. All right, Sherry.
No, I think, you guys pretty much covered it since there's no first round draft pick and why not put in a few placeholders and maybe they'll become permanent in the future, you know?
All right. So are you sneezing again or are you sipping?
Sipping.
Yeah. Good. Nice. And Ross?
I'm going to chug. We're going to be super active. We don't have a choice. We don't have draft picks. We're not going to trade. We have to get everyone a free agency. I don't think we're going to have the sexy free agency where we get that one big player just because we can't afford to do that. Especially after we saw when we were cheap asses on the defensive tackle side, we can't be cheap asses there. We gotta spread the wealth. We can't just spend it on one other defensive end. Jadeveon Clowney. So yeah, we're gonna be active because we have no choice really. Gotta do something on defense.
Get a 6.
Okay. Statement number 5. We got 2 more. It's a busy edition of Spit Sip Chug. Outside of dealing with the final pending lawsuits, Deshaun Watson will have a quiet offseason. And I'm going to start this one. Obviously, I have no idea, but I do like to believe that Deshaun Watson has like just 12 very big dudes surrounding him at all times, watching him, making sure he doesn't fuck up in any way because of the amount of money that it could cost him. So even if he isn't a great person, which I'm not saying he's not, I think he will be very quiet and we won't really hear a peep from him. I do like that he's staying in Cleveland. I think there is something to be said for that through the offseason. I always feel like all of our stars can't wait to get the fuck out of here. It does kind of feel good to think that like someone will, the quarterback of our team wants to be here. So anyway, I am, what am I doing? I guess I'm chugging.
Like a sip.
I'm chugging.
Oh, you're chugging.
Roger.
Damn it. You know what? I'm going to chug on. I think you're going to have a quiet seat. You know what? I'm not. I'm going to sip on it.
You faked us all out.
I'm going to sip on it. And is he going to have a quiet off season? As long as nothing else comes up, we don't believe it will. But he's still going to have the people that will always be there, you know, calling him outlandish things. And what he needs to do is build that mental. I watch him play, and it almost looks like his head's still not in the game, where he needs to come to terms with it. You know, with everything he's been through, I think that he needs to continue with the counseling he's going through to come to terms and come to terms with it. You know, what has bothered him. He just doesn't look like he's all, you know, I don't know. There's just something about it. So I'm sipping.
All right, Sherry.
He is going to have an extremely quiet off season. And you're right. He probably has 12 guys following him wherever he goes with like cameras just to make sure, you know? So I am going to chug and, you know, for him to have a quiet off season. I mean, he freaking better, especially since he's staying up here, right?
That's right.
all eyes will be on him. So
Ross.
Well, I guess I'm actually going to chug on this one.
Oh, all right.
A little surprising, but you got to remember who he's working for. He's working for Jimmy Haslam, who is owning an NFL team, even though he had a rebate scandal, was in tons of trouble, but can still own an NFL team and still be a billionaire, despite everything wrong he's done in his life. If you don't think Jimmy Haslam provided Deshaun Watson the proper protection and I guess NDAs kind of like Houston did, then you're doubting the one thing billionaires can do really well, which is hide the evidence, bury the bodies. We're good to go.
You're in a mood. I love you tonight, Ross. I can tell you that much, man. I'm going to rewatch this show just because of everything you said.
Jessica did ask, what about those fishing huts, though?
they encourage prostitution.
Oh no, we don't bring that up in Northeast Ohio now.
All right, fair enough. Dave.
I am chugging on this one as well. I feel like Deshaun Watson's worst days are behind him as a member of the Cleveland Browns. I feel like he's conducted himself well in the media. He said all the right things. His message has always been positive, and I think he's going to be fine.
All right.
All right.
Love it. Okay, and then our final statement of this edition of Spit Sip Chug. Roger, we're going to start with you, so get ready to
Great.
sip. The Browns need more fiery leaders on defense.
I'm definitely sipping on that. You know, you talk about guys that it has to be organic. You know, it can't be fake. It can't be a loudmouth. It can't be some rah-rah speech in a locker room on Hard Knocks in front of the fucking cameras. Nothing drove me more crazy than that. I think it just has to come naturally. If there's one, if there's five, it has to grow organically. So I'm sipping.
All right. Sherry.
I was going to see how many more times Roger was going to say organic so we could start a drinking game.
Zeros. Give me zeros, baby, on that one.
Yeah, we need fire. We do. Big time. Do you guys, what was his name? Bob Wiley? You remember that guy?
Yeah, remember that guy.
You remember that guy? We need something like that. We need that kind of energy. Again.
Ross. So you were chugging there, then I would assume.
Yes.
I'm gonna sip. I liked what Roger said.
Yeah.
There you go.
I'm just imagining like an amazing player being like, hearing a guy do a rah-rah speech and be like, dude, if you said nothing, I'd do everything I do anyway. Who cares?
Right.
Like you do
Next
need some of
show.
that. You need some of that analytics and game prep without the rah-rah and the over intensity. Like some people just do their job and do it the right way without like being yelled at or with crazy emotion.
Number 24. Give me 53 of those guys.
Yeah, they don't need a rah-rah coach. They'll just do their job.
Right.
Okay. Dave.
I'm going to sip on this one because I feel like, while they do need a little bit of fire, I also feel like maybe that can be a little bit overhyped as far as like a talking point on that kind of thing. So I'm with Ross on this one. I just want somebody to get the job done,
Right.
Okay. And I would love some fire on this team from a fan perspective, but I don't think it really needs to be there on the roster. You look at Anthony Walker, when he was here, he made such a difference. Guys just seem to know where they're supposed to be. I want guys like that, sort of like Ross was saying. So yeah, I'm spitting on this one. We do not explicitly need more fiery leaders. We just need leaders, and they could be any type of leader, in my opinion. So,
Right. Hey, Dave, if I come and hang out with you, can we get Kelly Robrock to appear and like create her? It just reminds me of Mystic Pizza. Those glasses are awesome, man.
Thanks. I appreciate that. Yes. Hey, whatever you want. I got it on
Takes me
speed now.
right back to it. I love those, man.
Yeah, they're fun.
Probably got a RoboCop costume too.
There it is, a RoboCop.
I got to dust it off. Yeah, I'm a few sizes too big.
okay. So
Where
now
are we
we're
at?
to we actually did our final edition of our little football pool where we all picked 5 games, and last week we had to pick 10 games, and I believe we got 3 of those 10 right. So we didn't win.
Horrible.
Yeah, we didn't win. Somebody went 9-1, which was insane.
What?
That's pretty good.
But we've decided, since there's still going to be how many games this weekend? 6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still going to be plenty of games. We're going to continue this. We're just going to put a bet on one of our legal Ohio betting sites, and this might get us kicked off. Network 2 and 6. We're not sure. We haven't read the bylaws, as Jessica pointed out, but we are going to start with Dave. And if you want the spread of any of the 6 games, I can read it off to you. I have it right here. We're going to pick 5. We're going to do a parlay. If we win, whatever we win, I'm just going to split it with the 5 of us.
All right.
Jags, Chargers. What's that's the one I'm got my eye on.
The Jags are
All right.
getting 2.5 points.
I like the Jags at home.
Yeah. I like
Good
that.
stuff.
The real good one, man. Yeah.
Ooh, there's
That was the one that jumped out at me the most. Yeah.
okay, Sherry.
I'm going to pick the Buffalo Bills.
Ooh, that's a big spread.
They're playing. I saw. I know. I usually pick Miami, but I feel like Buffalo is going to play like electric. I feel like they're so happy, you know? They're grateful. They have a lot of passion left on the team. Thankfully, you know, DeMar Hamlin's home resting with his family, and that's amazing.
They're going to win it for DeMar, you're saying?
Yes, they're supercharged for however many games they have left, you know?
Okay, I love it. Roger, you got 4 games left.
You know what? I'm taking the 10 points with Seattle and San Francisco.
So you're actually going to get 9.5.
How many? 9.5?
Yeah.
I'll take the 9.5 with Seattle. Geno Smith, baby. I'll take the 9.5 in San Fran.
Okay, Ross, 3 games left.
I'm taking the nobody believes in us Vikings.
Oh.
They're giving 3 points against the Giants. Love it.
Yeah, good bet.
That's another good one for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to close it out here.
All right, Andy.
2 games to pick. And for some reason, that Cincinnati-Baltimore game scares me a little bit.
Yeah, man.
Cincinnati should just obliterate them.
No Lamar.
Lamar's going to play. But I'm going to stay away from that one. And I'm actually going to take Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers getting 2.5 against the Dallas Cowboys.
Good defense in Dallas.
What are you, nuts?
You're taking Tom Brady and the 2.5, huh?
Yep.
All right.
Oh, boy. $10 bet with this parlay on FanDuel gets you $237.
We gotta go for Tom Terrific this week, man.
All right. Well, I'm putting $20 on the line here for us. So it's going to win $475. That's like $300 a person. Let's go.
Play stupid games, win stupid prizes.
All right. Somebody write those down.
It is bet. And we can have a lot of fun.
Oh, it's bet. He's got it locked in.
Yeah, it's locked in. All right. Let's go to the
nice.
bets. Okay, I'll just hold that up to the screen.
All right.
Don't look at how much money is in my account.
All right.
Okay.
Let's go. So this will be fun. We can watch if I think Seattle plays first, so we'll
I gotta watch the end of the show so I can write all the bets down.
We'll probably go 4-0, and then it'll be my Tampa game that blows it at the end.
Tampa Bay.
All right.
Well,
this is gonna be fun.
It was.
So I think that's all of our stupid bits. Is let's see. Dave, do you have anything else that you wanted to talk about, or
Dave? Yeah, you got something to plug?
Sports stuff.
No, toohotvintage.com. I also sell vintage clothing. If you want to get some vintage Indians, vintage Cavs, vintage Browns, anything like that, toohotvintage.com. That's TOOHOT vintage.com, spelled the exact same way it sounds.
And
awesome,
will you be hiring Ross to do a live ad read for this?
Hey, I'm just a phone call away.
Hey, if you can give us a grade, Sherry grades grade the Dawg Chug. Wow, did you have a good time tonight?
Yeah, I like the concept of it. I was largely unfamiliar with it, but I really like what you guys do. It is pretty funny, and I give it like an 8 out of 10 or like a B+.
Oh, wow.
That's really good for us.
Come a long way.
Unfortunately, his grading scale is from 0 is the best and 10 is the worst. So.
It does need some work. Don't get too high, okay? But you're on your way.
And I asked that question before our notoriously bad endings because we don't know how to end a show. So I asked you.
Yeah.
We usually have a lot.
Could you take us out with something that's fantastic?
Listen, I really appreciate you guys.
Yeah.
What's that?
I said you're a DJ, you're a personality, you're on the radio. Take us out with something fantastic, man.
Listen, you've been watching the Dawg Chug podcast. That's thanks for having me. My name is Members Only Dave, and catch you next Wednesday. All right. Have a good night.
Man.